Hello, I'm Caroline Searcy. Welcome to part one of our 2025 Inglis Easter Yearling Sale previews. Coming up in the next hour, we'll profile exciting young horses from four outstanding Route 1 producing Hunter Valley properties: Widden Stud, Yarraman Park Stud, Alma Vale Thoroughbreds and Coolmore Stud. Make a note of your favourite yearlings and keep tabs on who buys them as they head for undoubted Group 1 glory in the years to come. The Mitchell family's Yarraman Park Stud is home to now three-time champion Australian sire, the mighty I Am Invincible. So it's no surprise around half their draft for Inglis Easter 2025 is by this magnificent breed shaper. But that's not all there is to the Yarraman draft. It also contains the blood of some incredible producing mares, some of the very best in the world. At Yarraman Park, obviously the home of the great I Am Invincible, and you have such great representation by the three-time champion Australian sire, and also so many other breeders have invested in Vinny too, taking yearlings to the Inglis Easter Sale.
That's right, Caroline. There's 32 yearlings by I Am Invincible catalogued at the 2025 Inglis Easter Yearling Sale, 8 of which are in our draft, which cover half our draft. He's obviously a stallion that's three-time champion sire, so deservedly so. He's got a great following and a lot of progeny at these elite sales.
And we know, of course, now he's getting these sire sons, you know, so much interest in home affairs and his first yearlings as a wonderful dual Group 1 winner. Hellbent, your own Hellbent, is doing such a wonderful job too. So, you know, there's that impact as well that's coming through on the male side of what Vinny's produced.
That's right, Caroline. He's obviously proven to produce elite colts as well as elite fillies. I mean, like you mentioned, Group 1 winner home affairs, multiple Group 1 winner home affairs, who's now at stud. His yearlings sold for over $3 million this year, so it was an outstanding result for the guys at Coolmore. They're big investors, especially in the colt game, and for them to have an elite son of I Am Invincible standing at studs, a great advertisement for the horse. Of course, Hellbent, our boy, he's obviously a Group 1 winning sprinter, and he's doing a great job at stud. He was heavily supported by the best breeders last year, and it shows in his progeny. They go through the sale ring, they sell well, but not only that, they show great tenacity on the racetrack, and they're strong finishers. They win at the Group 1 level, as you've seen with multiple Group 1 winners such as Magic Time and Benedetta. So yeah, we're really excited for his sons at stud, and yeah, they're two great examples of what he can do.
His fillies too, and now as a broodmare sire. So Heratry is a super race filly, and you know, Komochi by your own Brave Smash from a Vinny mare, Asfura from a Vinny mare too. So he's getting the girls doing the job as well, which will continue for generations.
That's right, and we've got to keep in mind that those two examples, Asfura and Komochi, they were his daughters from the early service fees of $11,000. So now he's getting the best mares in the country, and has been for some time now, and those fillies, those elite race fillies, are now retiring to studs such as Imperatriz, 10-time Group 1 winner, probably one of the most exciting mares that's going to be coming through for a long time. And you know, you buy these elite fillies at the Easter Yearling Sales, and you've got a really beautiful long-term project that you can breed from later on.
And so many constant updates as well, you know, Move to Strike as well now, Group 1 winning 2-year-old colt. So, you know, there's the constant update to it. And then, you know, when you look at Brave Smash crossing with him, so you're refining with your own stallions what works with Vinny.
That's right. We put a lot of effort and time into this, and that's where we found Brave Smash, and it was actually at last year's Easter sale we conducted the deal. So you know, he's been a great asset to the farm, and our foals by Brave Smash are outstanding, and like you say, they link really well with our I Am Invincible mares, of which we have a few to mate. So yeah, it's great happenings for the farm, and 3 really exciting stallions, and obviously all revolves around the big boy I Am Invincible.
Well, we start here for the 25 Easter sale, lot 266, and I'm Invincible from Zoustar, the first foal of a Vanity Stakes winner, third dam tributes, one of VRC Oaks, and also was ATC Oaks Place. Just a magnificent filly, isn't she? She's so elegant, she's got so much quality, and really sensible, lovely, strong girl.
She is. She's an excellent example of a first foal by Vinny. She's got scope. She's got power. She's got that lovely depth of girth. She floats across the ground. She's got a beautiful attitude. She's what we aspire to breed when we buy these top class mares like Zoustar. And you know, she herself was a sensational racehorse, and being by Zoustar was a big tick because we love that cross. I'm Invincible over Zoustar and Zoustar over I'm Invincible. So he's doing a great job crossing with Vinny at the moment. His first runner, I believe, was Sustainable, who ran fourth in her first start in the Maribyrnong trial. So we're really happy, and we think the cross is outstanding and the physical's there to match.
Lot 241 is by Widden Basset from Up Front, a colt by a stallion who, you know, everybody wants a Widden Basset at the moment. This is the half-brother to Direct, and the mare's had 3 to race, all winners. The second dam Up by Galileo was a Group 2 winner, Group 1 second in the French 1,000 Guineas, and he's got a bit of spunk about him, doesn't he? He's got lovely action, he's a beautiful colt.
Yeah, he is. He's a really nice colt, and a colt that we wanted to target for Easter the whole way through from when he was born. He had that style about him. He had that beautiful rich bay colour. He's faultless in front. He's an excellent mover, and he's by a stallion that, like you say, he's going one way and that's up. So he's a magnificent colt, and with a beautiful pedigree to back him, and we think he's going to be very popular down at the Easter sale.
Lot 70 is next by Vinny again from Missile Mantra. Of course, she was a Summon Stakes, a Reduced Choice Stakes winner, second in the 1,000 Guineas, and a half-sister to the hugely talented Macarena, who just keeps updating as well. There's a 2-year-old showing plenty for Annabelle and Rob, Missile Magnate, and she's a magnificent filly, isn't she? She's a real star of the draft.
Oh, she's top class. I don't think you'll get many better than her. She's beautiful I'm Invincible filly, second foal out of a classy running mare that's constantly getting pedigree updates. First foal, 2-year-old purchased by Triple Crown Syndications, who actually raced Missile Mantra in with Rob and Annabelle. You know, ran second in debut in a super maiden. So yeah, we're really pleased with this horse and the pedigree she's got. We sent her back to I'm Invincible, have a stunning I'm Invincible colt at foot, and yeah, she's one of the best types I think you'll see on the sales ground. She's faultless.
Lot 87 is next to colt by I'm Invincible from Noor Sahara. The dam's a 3-time winner over a mile, a stakes winner in France by a really good stallion, Lope de Vega. It's her first foal, and really strong boy. And you know, as you said, there's a lot of Shamadal you can see in him coming through. Of course, the sire of Lope de Vega. He's powerful behind, and I can see, you know, Invincible Spirit in there as well. He's lovely.
Absolutely. He's a colt that we really like. He's got the scope, he's got the presence, like you say, the Shamadal comes through in the colour. He's just a very good quality colt. He really drives off those hind legs. He moves well. And we really like the cross. We've been trying to find these Lope de Vega mares, and we've managed to find her, which we purchased, and you know, that Shamadal blood with Vinny is unbeatable. 100% winners to runners. Obviously the broodmare sire of Imperatriz and his Group 1 winning 2-year-old colt moved to Strike. So we know the cross works. He's a top class colt, and really exciting to present him down in Sydney.
Lot 304 is a filly by I'm Invincible from a wonderful race filly called Bonham. She's obviously by Canto, and I have to declare I just loved her as a yearling, and obviously went on to win a Group 1 Levin Classic. She just had that gorgeous action as a yearling. This is a lovely, sweet, honest kind of a filly. You've got the Bank de Fortune Denendry family backing her up. But the stallions too, it's fascinating, isn't it? Danehill, Galileo, Redoutes, Vinny, you've got Canto. So much great blood mixed in this gorgeous filly.
That's right. She's a really elegant, beautiful, athletic filly, and we're really excited with her. She's a first foal, obviously, out of a Group 1 winner. That's a brilliant start for us, and we know what's coming through. The mare's got an I'm Invincible colt at foot and back and foal to I'm Invincible. We've backed this mare heavily, and yeah, I think Canto as a broodmare sire is doing a great job. But we love the Street Cry factor. It goes back to I'm Invincible over Street Cry. You get those stakes winners, those elite stakes winners such as Shuffle Dancer, Commemorative, Waltz on By. there's so many that work, so getting that blood was essential for us. We've got it. We've got a Group 1 winner by Per Encanto, and she's clearly throwing outstanding physicals. And yeah, she's a top-class filly. We love her.
And finally, early in the sale, lot 7. I hope everyone's sitting down for this, boy. St Mark's Basilica is the sire, of course, the first season sire from Coolmore. Just Fabulous is the dam. She was a 4-time winner, Group 2 placed. And importantly, this guy is a 3/4 brother to the top mare Ice Bath, who won the Group 1 Empire Rose and was placed in another 5 Group 1s, including 2 Doncasters. He's just got the most incredible action. It's just a stunning, get out there, get moving, sort of a movement about this horse.
Yeah, he's got an incredible action, this horse. He'd have the best action out of any horse we've had on the farm this year. He floats across the ground, but at the same time he shows drive through his hind legs. He's not lazy in his movement. He's incredible movement, and yeah, first yearlings obviously by St Mark's Basilica, and he's out of a very good mare with a pedigree to back him. He's only the second foal out of a good running mare, and obviously the relation of Ice Bath, and yeah, I think he's going to be a colt that, even though he's lot 7, I think everyone will find him.
And it's interesting, you know, obviously you're having success with I Am Invincible, but you're putting so much in investing in these mares, the mothers of these incredible yearlings. So how do you see sort of the rewards coming through? Because we are expecting the biggest buyers in the world, like every major buyer is going to be at Easter this year, because this is the cream of the crop.
That's right, Caroline. Like, a lot of investment, a lot of time and a lot of thinking goes into even purchasing these mares at the broodmare sales. So there's a lot of moving parts, and we put a lot of time and effort to focus particular yearlings to particular sales. You'll obviously notice that a lot of these yearlings that we showed you today out of our draft are out of young mares, out of stakes perform mares, big families backing them, and they, fortunately enough, they've got the type to carry them the whole way. So, I mean, even though a lot of time comes through and a lot of effort goes into these horses, when you get these yearlings to the Inglis Easter Yearling Sale and show them to both the domestic market and the international participants, it's really rewarding to see the outcome when they go through the ring.
Magnificent yearlings there, and good luck to the team at Yarraman Park Stud for the Easter sale. Coming up after the break on our preview of Inglis Easter 2025, magnificent yearlings gliding around the paddocks at historic Widden Stud. Welcome back. Every year we see the stunning vision of magnificently bred and beautifully conformed yearlings galloping around the historic paddocks at Widden Stud. And equally as certain is the fact that some of these yearlings will become elite racetrack performers in the future. With more Zoustars on offer and offspring by other elite sires, there's no doubt the Widden Stud tradition will continue. This is always one of the highlights of our Inglis Easter preview, seeing these gorgeous yearlings at Widden Stud galloping around the paddock, and this year's no exception. They're just a magnificent bunch.
They are, yeah. It's a beautiful group of, we obviously showed you 7 today, but there's really proud of the 22 that we're going to be bringing down to Riverside. They're a great group of horses, a really good spread of stallions, obviously represented by Zoustar of our own, and we've got a Schnitzel and a Vinny and Wootton Bassett, and obviously 2 Darn Hot. Some stallions that are going really well at the moment, so it's all heading in the right direction come towards Easter.
Zoustar, of course, I mean, he just continues to sort of, you know, throw these Group 1 performers, and year after year it seems that there are more and more of them.
Yeah, exactly right. I think he's got 36 heading towards Easter this year. We've got 7 gorgeous examples of our own, and yeah, he continues to go from strength to strength. Obviously, Jolly Star winning the Newmarket, which was his 3rd Newmarket victory and his 12th Group 1 win. So he continues to raise the bar each and every year for us, and his progeny will continue to get better and better as the mares he's covered each year continues to deepen and strengthen.
And of course, you know, new stallions you've announced this year coming for 2025. Cogburn, of course, the world's fastest sprinter coming here to Widden in New South Wales. And the magnificent Australian Guineas and Manikato Stakes winner Southport Tycoon going to Victoria. So fitting, of course, with Written Tycoon, you know, having done so well in Victoria for so many years. But there's so much masque in Written Tycoon. And I know Anthony Thompson said this too. There's so much masque in Southport Tycoon. So it's sort of come full circle for Widden, hasn't it?
It has, exactly right. He'll be a really exciting addition to the Victorian roster. It's a real changing of the baton, so to speak, from Written Tycoon to Southport Tycoon, having one of his best sons, obviously a dual Group 1 winner in Victoria, to stand down there. He should get enormous support amongst the Victorian breeders, and he's a really exciting addition. And Cogburn coming to the Hunter will be a really exciting addition to our roster. Obviously the world's fastest sprinter. He ran some seriously fast times over in America. Really excited to get him down here. From all reports, he's going well in the north, covering his first book of mares, and really looking forward to showcasing him to Australian breeders.
Well, we start here for 2025, lot 310 by Zoustar from Bryony, a lovely filly and a full sister to a Group 1 Sangster Stakes winning mare, the beautiful Climbing Star. The dam's also produced Chatham and Bletchingley Stakes winner in Sansom, and the dam's a full sister to Heroic Valour and a half to Triple Honour by Fastnet Rock. A gorgeous action on this filly, isn't there?
Yeah, she's a really elegant filly. As you can see, she covers the ground with such ease and really floats across the top of the ground. She's not too dissimilar as Climbing Star as a yearling. I remember her vividly. She was in my first prep here as yearling manager in Easter. She's probably got a bit more quality and a bit more substance at the same time, which is really exciting. I think it's probably the mare's best foal, which is a perfect time to do it on the back of what her sister's done. But just a really forward active sort of filly. Obviously the Zoustar Fastnet Rock Cross is just potent with Group 1 winners galore out of that. Zougotcha, Jolie Star, and obviously her full sister Climbing Star. So a very exciting filly to get to Easter. Loads of filly buys will be on her, and I'm really looking forward to showcasing her.
Lot 217 is next by Zoustar from the Actuary. Again, a beautiful filly. The dam's a two-time winner. Won the Phoenix Stakes in Brisbane. A real Widden Stud product, though. A Sebring mare. And, of course, this is a three-quarter sister to another star filly we filmed in these paddocks. The triple Group 1 winner, Zougotcha. She's a strong girl. She's got that great typical Zoustar back end.
Yeah, she is without a doubt one of the most gorgeous fillies I've ever taken to a sale. She is stunning and pleases you in all assets of life. You watch her get around a sand roll, and she has a great fluency of movement. She's not too dissimilar to her three-quarter sister Zougotcha. If anything, she's a bit stronger and a lot more forward than she was at the same time, but all in all, just a quality filly. She's a beautiful walk and a great mind on her, so I'm beyond excited to get her to Riverside. She should be on absolutely everyone's list. She's a special, special filly. Like you mentioned, a really Widden bred filly. She's got all the right crosses, and as you can see, it's a pedigree that the guys here have bred up over many, many years, and she'll definitely add to that when she hits the racetrack.
Lot 383 is next, a colt by Zoustar from Fratty Ann. This is a half-brother to Tenley, who won a Riesling, and also to an SA Sires Produce Stakes winner, Biscayne Bay. Third dam, the great producing mare Skating, who won a Doncaster, and the full relation Frostfire has won since the catalogue went to print, as is the half-sister in Fratney. So, you know, other than rolling when he first went out in the paddock, where he did that beautifully, just went straight over, but not in the mud, thank heavens, he's a really good boy, isn't he? And just so handsome, has the great action, and again, covers the ground beautifully.
Yeah, it's a really typical Zoustar trait. They really cover the ground with ease, and their movement is beautiful to watch. You could sit out here and watch him move all day in a paddock the way he does it. Like you mentioned, a beautiful pedigree that just continues to update upon update. The full brother, like you said, won on debut as a 2-year-old, which is always exciting, and you love to see that when you're taking a full sibling towards Easter. But he's a special colt. Big, powerful, but very light on his feet. Beautiful, rich colour, and there's a lot of Zoustar about him. Really deep girth and great hindquarter to him. And like I said, his movement's probably his key attribute, and his temperament. Really handles everything in his stride, which is what you want to see out of these sort of colts. So I expect him to be well received at Easter, and look forward to getting him there.
Well, we switch it to another star stallion, Snitzel, lot 40 from Madame Rouge. Again, a beautiful colt, and gee, likes to get going, doesn't he? He's a strong boy, he's really fast. Dams by Zoustar here. She won the Tristark and the Niverson, was second in a Stradbroke, and it's only her second foal. And the next two mares on the page, one, you know, they were very good mares stakes races, the Summoned and the Triscay. He's another really outstanding looking colt.
Yeah, he's a real typical Snitzel, a bull of a colt. Beautiful big masculine head on him, and like you said, he's just always wants to get on with things and really get to work sort of thing. He's a real workman sort of colt. eats, sleeps, and really goes about his day-to-day life with such professionalism and such a forward-going sort of nature, which is very typical of Schnitzel. Obviously, he can do no more at the moment. He's continues to go from strength to strength, in particular with his colts. So, like I said, he's a beautiful colt. He's continued to thrive through prep, as you can see. He's dappled up and he looks unreal. He's very healthy. A real team sort of favourite, obviously a special mare to the farm, and he went out and paid quite a lot of money for her, and the first foal was beautiful. This guy is no exception, and she continues to do the job herself. I know Gay's got a very big opinion of Rosie Rouge, the first foal, the filly, by Invincible, and this guy, yeah, like I said, he's very similar to her. He really catches her eye, and a beautiful colt should be on everyone's sort of list going towards Easter, in particular those colt syndicates.
Lot 19 by Zoustar from Lady Lupino, dam by Sebring. She was third in the Group 1 Champagne Stakes at 2, second in an Angus Armanasco, and the second dam's that wonderful producer Leone Chiara. Now this colt, he's really alpha, isn't he? He's really interested in the camera, and boy, he loved to run.
Yeah, he's a very athletic sort of colt. He's a man. He certainly knows he's a man, and he likes to showcase himself around the barn, but in a really controlled manner. He just likes to show off, so to speak. He knows he's good looking. He's done particularly well. I know we held him back for Easter, and he continued to thrive over spring and summer. He's really blossomed into a beautiful, mature colt, which is what you want to see come Easter time, but holds himself well. Like you said, moves unbelievably well. His mother was a very good 2-year-old, and he's got those physical attributes that you'd expect he could get up and go early. As you see, beautiful Zoustar head and great colour, and he's got a really nice hip and just hind quarter to him, and he moves like all Zoustars with great presence. But yeah, he's sure to catch everyone's eye, and look forward to how he goes down there.
Lot 285, a colt by Too Darn Hot from Aristocratic Miss. Of course, we know by a son of Dubawi, and the superstar mare Dare Me in Too Darn Hot. Sire, of course, Too Darn Hot, of a 3-time Group 1 winner in broadsiding. The dam's a 4-time winner and multiple group place getter. He just has great quality, doesn't he? Just a handsome, lovely size about him, and just that lovely, beautiful Dubawi kind of red bay.
Yeah, he is. He's that rich, bright bay, like you mentioned. He's actually one of my favourite colts. I think he's just got an aura about him, a great presence. He's got a little bit more length and maybe a little bit more stretch than some of the other Too Darn Hots, but yeah, obviously the stallion can do absolutely no wrong. Like you mentioned, the broadsiding, Rivanello. This guy, beautiful head, and like I said, just a really good loose mover. I expect him to be well sought after come Easter, and like I said, we've got 3 going towards Easter. I could have shown you any of the 3, but he's a particularly nice individual out of a very good mare. I must say this is by far and away our best foal. Obviously, Too Darn Hots will be in great demand come Easter, and I expect him to be right at the top of everyone's list.
And finally, lot 198, I was dying to see this colt by Zoustar from Somersham, the full brother to one of my favourite horses currently racing, Schwartz, the great Redute's Choice family. And wow, what a looker, isn't he? The perfect socks, or really almost stockings up to the knee, aren't they? And just like Tuscany from last year, very balanced, beautiful action, and just a real showman, isn't he?
He is. He knows he's got all the bling on him, and he's happy to showcase himself, but a great mover, and very typical of this mare. I think she's a very special mare to the farm. Not only has she done the job in the ring, more importantly, she's done the job on the track, which is obviously when people go out and pay a lot of money for their stock, you'd like to see them perform on the track, and she's able to do both, which is a real diamond to the farm. This colt is no exception to that. He's got a mixture of all of them in there, I would say. He's got that same sort of rich colour and flashiness that Tuscany had, but also the same quality and masculinity that Schwartz had. So a perfect blend of both. He's a very fluent mover, well balanced, great angles and proportions to him. Obviously Tuscany started favourite for a Breeders' Plate and looks to be a very promising horse going forward. Schwartz wasn't at his best till 3 and 4, so expect to see the same out of him. And this guy will be much the same, I expect, with his professionalism. They obviously look like they can come up and go early, and they only continue to improve. But he's a special colt. They do very well in prep, the Somershams. He's no exception. He's gone from strength to strength week after week. So a really, really flashy colt, and I'm extremely excited to get him there. He'll be on every colt buyers list with a pedigree like that, and an individual like that as well, more importantly. So very exciting.
And he's got a good brain too. Like, he's happy to come up to the camera and come and have a chat sort of thing, and very sensible sort of horse too. So that sort of bodes well, I guess, as well as the physicality for heading to the track.
Absolutely, and temperament's probably one of the key ingredients in making a colt to a stallion, is getting them to concentrate and really develop. So he's the same mentally, so strong. He's probably, if it was someone's first day of yearling prep, he would walk down to the paddock, and he's so kind. He's a great nature to him, which is so important with these colts that are worth that sort of money. Temperament is everything. It'll bode him in great stead when he gets onto a trainer after this. And yeah, just a really exciting colt, and just a proud effort from the team to get a group of horses like that, and him in particular, to a sale looking the way he does and behaving the way he does, which is a really big thing when it comes to parading yearlings at a sale.
Well, Widden Stud, you know, you have such a great record producing Group 1 winners out of these very paddocks, and obviously, you know, breeding Group 1 winners, standing Group 1 producing stallions. But Anthony, Katie, yourself, Emile, the whole team do such a wonderful job to produce the best of the best. And that's what Easter is about, isn't it? The best of the best. It's a smaller catalogue, obviously, but how do you see this sale going? Because I think every buyer, every major buyer in the world will be focused on Riverside when the sale is taking place.
It's always a special sale, I think, regardless of what's going on in the world and where we're at. I think all attention does turn to Riverside come April, the Green Book. It's a special book to be in, and it bodes a lot of quality. I think we have a really strong draft of 22 horses, which I'd proud to present and show to anyone. Really good quality, like I mentioned, and just everyone from the foaling down to the stallion boys. It's a team effort to get horses like this, and it's just the end result. But yeah, I think it'll be a really strong sale. I'm looking forward to getting the horses there, and I think they'll settle exceptionally well.
Just glorious vision, and all the best for the Widden Stud team. Coming up after the break on our Inglis Easter preview for 2025, the exciting first draft for the rebadged Alma Vale Thoroughbreds. Welcome back to part one of our Inglis Easter Yearling Sale preview. Verna Metcalf is an industry stalwart who's had plenty of experience in getting yearlings to the Inglis Easter Sale, but this year she feels an extra buzz as they take their first draft from the rebadged Alma Vale Thoroughbreds to Riverside, and there's plenty of variety in this Easter offering. Oscar, an exciting time here, the first of the Easter drafts for Alma Vale Thoroughbreds as a standalone operation. You can see the pride and excitement that all the team here have to be taking these magnificent yearlings to Easter.
Yeah, it's very special for everyone, Caroline, with our first standalone draft. Obviously this is the first time we're taking Easter yearlings with the brand on down to Sydney, so all the staff have played a really big role in rearing them and preparing them, so it's a big team effort.
Tell me a little bit about the draft overall, because you have a really lovely mix of different types and different sire lines and brood mix. Some of them you've pinhooked, some of them are clients' horses, some of them are your own.
Yeah, we've got a really great client base, and we've taken some of their quality stock down to Easter. We've got international stallions and some more colonial speed horses. We've got young exciting stallions. There's definitely a good bunch of horses.
And Verna Metcalf, of course, you know, she's sort of pulling all this together here at Alma Vale, and it's great to see her with the experience. But you now have a mentor role as well. You can see with a lot of the younger staff coming through too. You must enjoy that, especially with an elite draft like this.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Verna's a big mentor to me, but it's nice for me to be able to mentor a few of our staff as well. Really enjoy it, and you can see how far the horses have come in the prep, but also a lot of the staff as well.
Well, we started with lot 145. This is a filly by Poisier, who Verna knows very well, of course, involved in the breeding of Poisier and his brother Divine Prophet. Sebring's Drama the Dam, obviously by Sebring, and was a two-time winner who's had 3 to race, all winners. This is the full sister to Poetic Drama, a 6-time winner and stakes placed in Queensland, but a really striking filly. Lovely action.
Yeah, she's a lovely, really athletic filly with a beautiful action. She's owned by a really good client of ours, and Tony Falcone, who actually bred Poisier with Verna, and then obviously went on to be that great racehorse. So it's nice for Tony to be able to bring a quality filly to Easter by his own horse.
And the lovely symmetry too, of course, Poisier, you know, he's been now champion New Zealand sire, and he just keeps on getting these wonderful horses, you know, performing both sides of the Tasman.
Definitely. Particularly it's good to see his good filly Legato back in. I mean, he's obviously a great sire of both sexes, but it seems like his best horses are fillies, so it's nice to be taking one down.
Lot 69 is next by Piero from Miss West Coast. A wonderful, but I guess rather underestimated Group 1 producing sire, Piero, isn't he? A champion 2-year-old. He was a Triple Crown winner in Sydney. The dam's a 3-time winner, placed in all the good WA 2-year-old races, and that's tough racing over there. Coast to the Post, Nanny Maroon, a great fillies family, and a really forward Piero. And of course, he's a stallion that's really worked with this family.
Yeah, as you can see down the page, Queen of Dragons, Paris Dior. We know Piero works in the family. You'd like to think over a fast, speedy 2-year-old mare like this that this horse will get up and run. He's a real bull. Like, I think you'll know your fate pretty early with him.
Yeah, and it's interesting, Piero, even though he's thrown Derby and Oaks sort of horses as well, he was a champion 2-year-old, and you can see that precocity in the build of this colt.
Definitely, yeah, I've been a big fan of this colt the whole way through. He's a real sort of get up and run horse, and obviously Piero's doing the job on the track too.
Lot 287 is a colt by Toronado from Atomic Pulse. We know Toronado, of course, that wonderful son of High Chaparral. A great record as a stallion in Australia and hugely sought after by Hong Kong buyers. The dam is by another strong Hong Kong influence in Deep Field, and this is the Toast to the Coast family of Super Seth, who's had 2 Guineas winners lately, and Wild Planet. He's a lovely, strong boy, a real Toronado sort of High Chaparral type with a good action.
Yeah, he's a really, really strong horse. Obviously, by Toronado out of a Deep Field mare, he's probably going to end up in Hong Kong, you would like to think. He's a big, strong, forward horse that they seem to like to buy. Super Seth's done a great job at stud so far, so it's a really exciting horse to be taken down to Easter.
Lot 261 by one of the real up-and-coming stallions, Home Affairs. Yolanda is the dam of this colt. We know the sire won the Coolmore Stud Stakes, the Lightning Stakes, and of course is by the champion sire, I Am Invincible. The dam is a half-sister to Tallow, who's produced the Golden Slipper winner and now exciting young sire Farnan, and also another prominent sire in Sambar.
Yeah, obviously it's a huge family with Farnan doing the job, and Sambar's horse is going really well. I really like this pedigree. Obviously the mare's Seamus Award, so you've got a bit of that schnitzel in there as well. This is a really, really sharp colt, and obviously the Home Affairs have sold through the roof this year, so I'd like to think this horse will be well found.
Lot 129, a colt by Sayuni out of Roslyn, a proven sire of 2-year-olds we know in Australia is Sayuni, from only small numbers to have raced here, and of course he's done a wonderful job in the Northern Hemisphere. The dam's a half to Danceteria, a 7-time winner in Europe and a Group 1 winner in a tough racing jurisdiction where soundness and consistency are really rewarded, that being Germany. A lovely, European style of, bright chestnut type.
Yeah, he's a lovely horse. Obviously Sayuni needs no introduction. He does the job in both hemispheres. It's a family of champion stallion Lope de Vega. And there's a lot of Dubawi in the pedigree as well, and it seems to really work well down here.
And finally, lot 93, this is a colt by Farnan from One More Tequila. And we know, as I mentioned, the Farnans are just coming out and showing plenty. He's, as I said, Golden Slipper winner by not a single doubt, the great Redute's Choice line. The dam's a 3-time winner, and this is the half-brother to Mexico, who was second in the Group 2 Roman Consul and the English Banner at 2. She's had 4 to race, all winners, and he's a strong, powerful boy, wonderful action, and just a great temperament, doesn't he?
Yeah, super temperament. All the Farnans I've worked with so far have been exactly like this horse. Just eat, sleep, love their work. The thing I love most about this horse is his action. He just walks effortlessly when he's moving. Yeah, obviously Mexico looked like he could have been anything. Sharp, fast 2-year-old, and this colt looks like the same sort of older horse.
Yeah, and of course getting down to Easter, as we say, the best of the best, and it's a great time to really, see the reaction to these horses from some of the best buyers in the world. I mean, that's a great thing, I guess, you can all learn from and deal with, what they're expecting when you parade. It's every time, I guess, you learn more and more about what the buyers want.
Yeah, I love going down to Easter. It's the cream of the cream. It's a very select book. I mean, you sit there and watch these horses go through, and then obviously the results that come out of the sale speak for themselves. Like I said, Caroline, love going to Easter. I mean, it's the best of the best. Hopefully there's a few champions in our draft, Caroline, coming out of this Easter sale.
Plenty of excitement around the first Easter yearlings for Alma Vale Thoroughbreds. Coming up after the break, some exciting new sires highlight the draft at Coolmore Stud. Welcome back. Coolmore Australia has relied on many champion sires over the years, but every time a new sire is launched, there's the expectation that it could be the next breed shaper. This year, Coolmore present the first of the Home Affairs and St Mark's Basilica yearlings, both elite Group 1 performers, and it's exciting to see what these yearlings will do when they hit the racetrack. Tom, the Coolmore Stud draft is always so exciting to see for the Inglis Easter Yearling Sale, and again another really exciting year here at Coolmore for the team. Widden Stud, of course, one of the hottest stallions in the world at the moment. We know he's had a fantastic start to his Southern Hemisphere horses on the track, with the likes of Wadton, Western Swindon and so many others flying the flag. And Home Affairs, the yearling, so well received at the Australian sales already, and also of course St Mark's Basilica. There's always something new happening as far as the stallions are concerned at this time of the year.
Widden Stud in particular is the most exciting stallion in the world at the moment. Carrying on from his 4 individual Group 1 winning 2-year-old colts last year, he started with a bang here in Australia with a number of highly promising colts in particular, a number of stakes performers already, and you wouldn't have a hotter stallion in Australia to go with what he's doing up north. His yearlings from his second crop here have been extremely well sought after, and we offer a number of highly rated colts and fillies at the upcoming sale. As each sale has gone on this year, from January through to now, Widden Stud's popularity has only continued to enhance and grow. It seems like every single trainer in Australia and New Zealand has a one that they have a high opinion of, and it seems that every buyer really wants to get their hands on a Widden Stud. So from our perspective, we couldn't be happier. We've got mares in foal, we've got foals on the ground, and we've got some high quality individuals to sell here at this sale. So we're extremely well positioned in that regard. You mentioned Home Affairs. He himself was an Inglis Easter graduate where we purchased off Thoroughbreds stud, and to offer his first crop of yearlings at Easter is extremely exciting for us. He's a stallion that we've always had a huge opinion of. That's only continued to grow as time goes on. We've sent him some high quality mares, which was well known from the start, and you've seen a couple here today. I think almost $25 million worth of yearlings by Home Affairs have gone through the ring already this year, and the best is yet to come. So he's a stallion that we're extremely excited about. And then you go to St Mark's Basilica, who in any other year would have been our banner new horse for the season, but we couldn't be happier with the way that his first crop of yearlings here have sold. They sold for over $2 million in Australian dollars terms in his Northern Hemisphere first crop, but the way that they've gone down with buyers here in Australia has been particularly pleasing. They've sold up to 700,000 already, and we have some highly rated individuals by him to sell too. So he's an extremely exciting stallion prospect, a 5-time Group 1 winner by Searcy, an impeccable pedigree, and some outstanding yearlings that have offered throughout the year. So yeah, we're in a great position, and we're privileged to be in that position, and we really look forward to getting them down to Easter and showing them off.
It upgrades all your broodmare band as well, the results that come out of the Easter sale.
Yeah, of course, Easter for us is so important on so many different levels. It's also a place where we're quite active as buyers, and we've had a significant amount of success there in recent years through the likes of Home Affairs and Switzerland, and even mares like Personal and Formality, with whom we sell yearlings out of at this particular sale. So yeah, it's very important in that regard, but also we're significant investors in bloodstock, both mainly broodmares, and that has continued to increase over the recent years, stockpiling the best of what we can find at various broodmare sales. To get a return at a sale such as this one is extremely important to keep that investment going, and in recent years we've had some great results, and we expect it to be no different this year.
We start with lot 73, a colt by Widden Bassett from Montier. The dam, a two-time winner, half-sister to the Randwick and Rosehill Guineas winner Inference, as well as triple group winner, the talented Kiwi Dragon Leap, and a dual South Australian Stakes winner Elation, a close relation to Jackano, and he's a strong forward fellow, isn't he, with a lovely action.
Yeah, a beautiful colt, and it's a family, as you mentioned, that we've had a lot of success with in terms of stock that has been raised and grazed here at Coolmore. This is another one. Bred by Lindsay Maxted and some of his friends and partners, and you couldn't be happier with the result. Obviously, Widden Bassett is going to be high up on everyone's list with what he's doing not only here but in the north as well. And this is an outstanding colt, medium-sized, beautiful mover, great brain and constitution. That seems to be a common denominator with a lot of the Widden Bassett stock, in that they just do everything you ask of them. So as you saw today, he just dropped his head and got on with the job. He's a real 2-year-old type. We've offered a lot of that family through the ring and some of them through the sale ring at Easter as well. Elation was an Easter graduate himself, and so was Dragon Leap. This is a colt that we've rated highly amongst our Widden Bassets on the farm all the way through, and we expect him to be one of the highlight lots come Easter.
Lot 155 is by Extreme Choice from Shadow. Of course, we know the sire is an absolute star from very small numbers. And I just love how the grey in this colt comes through from the third dam Virage to Fortune, of course from the great Emancipation family. And I love seeing the Kate Nivison brand as well. So a good action on this fella. He's forward and compact and well put together.
Yeah, bred by a great client of the farm in Kate Nivison, and it's great for her to produce an animal of this quality at a sale such as Easter. I don't think that we've offered too many Extreme Choices in the past. We did offer this particular colt's full sister last year, a filly called Apocalyptic, who is highly talented. It's a fast, precocious family. Obviously that grey goes back to Virage to Fortune, who was one of the best sprinters of her generation. And this colt looks particularly sharp. He looks like he's going to be a 2-year-old, and he looks like the type of horse that I'm sure will appeal to all the stallion syndicates that will be represented there at Coolmore. So yeah, we're delighted to offer this colt for Kate. We expect him to sell well. I'm sure he will. The stats that Newgate have released recently regarding the effectiveness of Extreme Choice has certainly hit a chord with people. He produces Group 1 winners at an extremely high rate, and colts like this are quite rare commodities. So we're excited to offer him for Kate.
234 is a colt by Home Affairs from Tulip for John and Kath Murray. Another Home Affairs from the Magic Night Typhoon Tracy Stakes winner in Tulip. The second dam won the Vanity and produced a Caulfield Classic winner Sacred Eye. And it is the Fanfreluche family of Flying Spur and Costa de Lago and so many more. Great back end on this colt.
Yeah, this is a family that we know well. Tulip really put Piero on the map in his first crop. She was placed in a Golden Slipper, a group-winning 2-year-old herself, and Piero subsequently has proven himself to be a high-quality broodmare sire. This particular colt is all power and brute force. He looks fast and sharp and typical of the Home Affairs, with that strong hind quarter and big deep girth, just a forward, precocious-looking animal. He was bred in partnership with John and Kath Murray, who have been long-term great supporters of the farm. So we're delighted to produce an animal of his quality at Easter. And same again, he's always been one of the most highly rated Home Affairs colts that we've had on the farm.
Lot 158, another Home Affairs. This colt is from Shout the Bar, and I just love this fella. I think everybody will when they see him. Julia Ritchie, obviously a big investor in the thoroughbred industry, has bred this particular colt. Heard lots of great things about him too. The dam was an absolute star. She won the Group 1 Empire Rose and the Vinery Stakes, as well as the Sunline Vase. And this is her first foal from the family of a great warhorse in Rangi Rangdu. Powerful, great, deep sort of girth, a big barrel, lovely action, and just a beautiful eye. He's just relaxed and purposeful. I mean, you can't fault him.
Yeah, he's a standout colt, has been since the day he was born. You look back into the promotion of Home Affairs in his early days, and this was the colt that we used to promote him, and you couldn't get a better colt. You couldn't ask for more of a first foal out of a high-profile mare such as Shout the Bar. So for Julia and our partners in the mare, it's a great reward for putting up the money to buy such a mare. If her future foals are anything like this bloke, then they're in for a great ride, because you can't fault him. That he's got an incredible temperament. He just put his head down and did whatever was asked of him, and yeah, he's an absolute pleasure to have around. And we're just looking forward to offering him because he's a standout colt. I'm sure he'll get plenty of attention, plenty of admirers. He looks like those top class, not a singled out colts that have achieved such great things in the past. He just looks sharp, big, deep girth, fast-looking, precocious, and just does everything right. So we're really looking forward to getting him there.
Lot 300 by St Mark's Basilica from Bewitchingly, as you mentioned, the sire of champion European 2-year-old by Seuni from a Galileo mare. So wonderful bloodlines there. The dam is by Vinny, goes back to the great New Zealand 8-carat family, and really athletic, stretchy sort of action on this filly.
Yeah, she's a lovely filly. She won't be able to place there. She's a real standout again, and a bit of presence about her, a bit of sass about her. She's got a great way of going. She's all quality, great colour. She almost looks like a colt. She's tough and strong looking. I expect her to go down particularly well there. A great mix of St Mark's Basilica and I Am Invincible, as you say. She's got the strength and precocity of the I Am Invincible fillies, but the style and class of St Mark's Basilica. Same as the Shout the Bar colt for home affairs. This filly was always a standout amongst the St Mark's Basilicas on the farm. She won't be able to place at Easter. She's all class. She has been since day one. We're really looking forward to getting her down there, and we expect her to be one of the highlights of St Mark's Basilica's year. She's a top-class filly.
Lot 50 is by Home Affairs from Marianne with the Morning Rise brand there for the McClures. The dam, a listed winner, placed in 8 further stakes races. Such a consistent, tough mare, Marianne. And this is the half-sister to the Tulloch Stakes winner in Yaletown. The half-sister, Amrakia, was a recent winner as well. Again, a lovely, gets on with the job sort of filly.
Yeah, it's another high-class horse with that brand on it. That we've offered so many with that brand over the years, and Robert and Barbara McClure and the McClure family are great supporters of us and Coolmore as a whole. So we love taking top-quality horses such as this filly to the sales with that brand on them, and this will be no different. She's a standout. She's a lovely filly. I think this is the third in a row, the third Marianne to go to Easter. Amrakia, as you mentioned, the 3-year-old, won incredibly well in debut the other day for Peter Snowden. The 2-year-old last year was sold for $800,000, and this is yet another high-quality filly from the mare. So another top-class Home Affairs filly to offer. He's had highlight lots all the way through the year, and that's not showing any signs of slowing down. When you've got quality offerings such as that one, the good times will keep rolling, I'd imagine.
Finally, lot 418 by So You Think from Invincible Star. We know, of course, the deeds of the great So You Think, and it's no secret I'm a huge fan, as so many people are. He was a colt horse, 10-time Group 1 winner, and twice runner-up champion Australian sire, and then third in the sires list another year. And the dam, she won the Ottawa and the Thoroughbred Club Stakes, a good deep page, and of course, an I Am Invincible mare. A good long stride on this girl, but a lovely, relaxed sort of filly, but she's a bit more forward, isn't she, than a lot of the So You Thinks?
Yeah, this is a different sort of So You Think, but you can certainly see elements of So You Think in her, and mixed with a fast and sharp and precocious mare like Invincible Star. It's a perfect blend of the two. So You Think, as you know, is more than capable of producing high-class sprinters. He's had an Everest winner as a sire. He's extremely versatile. This particular filly looks faster and sharper than the average So You Think. But she's a really classy filly, always has been. She's not big, medium size, in a similar mould to her mother, but moves with great purpose, and she's big where she needs to be. She's strong and covers a lot of ground. Another top-class filly. We've got an outstanding bunch of fillies to take to the sales this year, and this is yet another one. And another one with the Morning Rise brand on it that we offer in partnership with the McClure family. So, yeah, looking forward to offering her as well.
Well, of course, last year at Inglis Easter, you sold a record-breaking $10 million yearling, of course, the daughter of the great mare Winks. Now, we don't have quite that sort of, a horse this year. I mean, there probably will be again, I'm sure. But it's a wonderful draft, and, these horses that we've seen here today and the rest of the draft, they will all be making plenty of money because they're quality, and we know the record of the horses coming through the Inglis Easter sale from Coolmore.
Well, we make a concerted effort every year to take a high quality select group of yearlings to this sale. We don't expect to have a $10 million filly this year, but we do offer roughly 10% of the catalogue, and they're out of mares like Personal, Shout the Bar, some of the best mares in the country. So come down and see us. We really look forward to showing them off, and we're pretty excited about the group of horses we're taking there.
Wonderful types and pedigrees, as always, from Coolmore Stud. That is part one of our 2025 Inglis Easter Yearling Sale preview. Don't miss next week as we bring you part two featuring Ridgemont Farm, the Chase, Silverdale Farm and Cambridge Stud. I'm Caroline Searcy. I look forward to seeing you then.